Christmas Eve, long ago, Sol sat up in her bed. She was listening for a sound she hoped she would hear one day, the ringing bells of Santa's sleigh. Late that night, she did hear a sound, but it was not the ringing bells. What she heard was the sound of a train whistle. Sol looked out her window and saw a train coming down her street. And as it approached her house, it got slower and slower until finally it was just about to her house. She couldn't believe it. And finally the train stopped. And there was a conductor. And the conductor looked at her watch and said, "All aboard." Sol ran outside and went right up to the conductor. And the conductor asked her,
"Are you coming with us?"
Sol wanted to know where they were going, and so she asked.
"Where are you going?"
And the conductor said,
"To the North Pole, of course, for this is the Polar Express."
Sol wanted to know if she could bring her sister, and so she asked.
"Can I bring my sister?" "Sure, go ahead and get her."
So Sol ran back in her house and woke up her sister Camille, and they both climbed aboard the Polar Express. They had to find a special spot to see where they should sit, and finally they found a couple seats open. The Polar Express. It was a magical train filled with children all in their pajamas and bathrobes. They were drinking hot cocoa as rich and thick as melted chocolate bars. They were eating candies and cookies, and they were singing Christmas carols. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. And the train went further and further north until finally it reached the North Pole, a magical city sitting at the top of the world, filled with factories where every Christmas toy was made. Now at first the children wanted to know where the elves were, and so they asked,
"Where are the elves?"
And the conductor said,
"In the center of the city, for that's where Santa will give the first gift of Christmas."
Now the children wanted to know who gets the first gift, and so they asked.
"Who gets the first gift?"
The conductor said,
"Santa will choose one of you."
Just then came the sound of giggling and laughter. And the elves appeared, the darling little helpers. Yay! They were so excited, jumping up and down and clapping. And then came the sound of ringing bells, and the reindeer appeared. The reindeer were prancing and pacing, ringing the bells on their harnesses. And Reese led the way, all the way to the special spot where she stopped. Right there, yeah, the beautiful reindeer. And just then came the sound of a jolly laugh. And Santa Claus appeared. Santa Claus. Oh, he got out of his sleigh and he came over to greet all of his little reindeer.
Oh, all my little reindeer this year. Reese, you look particularly wonderful this year. Oh, my God.
And then he went over and greeted his little helpers who had made all the toys this year.
Oh, my God, you're such good little toy makers. Oh, you're a big toy maker. Oh, my God, you're a good toy maker.
Yay, little elves. And then Santa Claus walked over to the Polar Express to greet the children who had come that year.
Wow, what a nice selection I have this.
He walked over to each of the children and they eagerly awaited to see who would he choose to get the first gift. Finally, he walked over to Soul. Soul couldn't believe it. Santa Claus had picked her. And so she went with Santa, and he crawled up, climbed up into his sled. It's pretty big. And then Soul climbed in after him, and Santa Claus put her on his lap, and then he asked her the question.
Well, Soul, what is it you would like for Christmas this year?
Now, Soul knew she could have anything she wanted in the whole wide world, but what she wanted most was not in Santa's sleigh. What she wanted more than anything was just one silver bell, and so she asked,
May I have one silver bell?
One silver bell? Nobody's ever asked for that. Maybe not since last year's Montessori.
And so Santa Claus asked his little elf helper Ganyan to get a bell for him. So Ganyan grabbed the bell and gave it to Santa.
Thank you, Daniel. Fine job.
And then Santa Claus took the bell, held it high in the air, and said,
Reindeers and elves, boys and girls, and all you parents out there, the first gift of Christmas.
and the elves cheered wildly. Whoopsie. Oh, good. Whew. Already losing that bell. Santa Claus gave the bell to Soul, and she put it in her bathrobe pocket. And then she threw her arms around Santa and thanked him.
Thanks, Santa.
Well, you're welcome. You want to go back and join the train?
So she crawled off of Santa's lap, so excited. And just then, Santa noticed the time. And he said,
Oh my gosh. It's time to deliver the presents.
so he called out the reindeers' names. Let's see.
Okay. Vixer and Prancer and Donner and Vixen and Reese and Olive, that other reindeer, and all the Montessori reindeer. Ho, 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 ho.
And they were off. Oh, up they went higher and higher into the sky.
Ho, 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 ho.
And there they went, further into the sky. Look at the reindeer pulling Santa. Farther and farther they came.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Have a great, oh, I wish I had some of that hot chocolate. Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas.
Can you come sit with me? And now, when the children got back on the train, they asked to see the silver bell. Ready? Can we see the silver bell? Soul reached into her pocket, but all she felt was a hole, and she said,
"Oh no, I lost it."
the children said, let's go out and look for it.
Let's go out and look for it.
Oh, but just then the train whistle blew. And the train was off to deliver the children back to their homes. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. And oh, it broke Soul's heart to lose that bell. Look how sad she is. Head drooping, tears coming out of her eyes. But finally the train came into her neighborhood and got closer and closer to her house. And finally the train stopped at Soul and Camille's house. And the conductor let the girls off. Camille jumped out, and Soul jumped out, and they went right up to the conductor. And the conductor wished them a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Soul. Merry Christmas, Camille.
Merry Christmas.
And they went back into their house and crawled into their bed. And the train took off. Silver bells, it's Christmas time in Montessori. Hear them ring, ding-a-ling, soon it will be Christmas Day. Silver bells, it's Christmas time in Montessori. Want to sing with me? Hear them ring, ding-a-ling, soon it will be Christmas Day. Goodbye, Polar Express, till next year. Well, the next morning was Christmas, and Sol and Camille and their mom and dad, who looked so cute in their bathrobes, opened all their presents. But when it looked like all the presents had been opened, Camille noticed there was one more golden package under the tree, so she came over to get it. Camille noticed that there was a note on it that had Sol's name, and she said,
"Soul, this has your name on it."
so she ran back and gave it to Sol. Sol opened it up, and inside was,
It's a silver bell.
and there was a note, and the note said,
Hi, Soul. I found this silver bell on my sleigh. I think you ought to have your dad or your mom saw that hole in your bathrobe. Merry Christmas. Love, Santa.
Sol picked up the bell and she gave it a ring. And it made the most beautiful sound she and her sister had ever heard. But her mama said,
Oh no.
and her daddy said,
It's broken.
Sol and Camille looked surprised at their parents. And they asked them, can't you hear it?
Can't you hear?
And her parents said,
No, we can't.
at one time, most of Sol's friends could hear the bell, but as they grew older, it fell silent for them. But though Sol and her sister have grown older, it still rings for them as it does for all who truly believe. She gave it.
Can you hear it?
Yay, they can hear us all. Thank you so much.
He's just yelling.
There he is.
Oh, yeah.
Don't laugh.
He said nobody was looking. Imagine if he literally just fell asleep.